Hello everybody, Shelly here, and it's time to do a budget-friendly video. I feel like I haven't done a face full of budget, and certainly not these brands, so I'm excited to put my little goodie box here. And we're gonna kind of just go through some stuff. I think that a number of the products in here are Catrice, like some of the stuff, and I don't have any experience with Catrice. Why not? Why not try it? I've got that, I've got a couple of the little drugstore friendly items, and I figured we'll just go in and start. So I think the first thing I'm going to use is, speaking of drugstore, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It Putty Primer. I think it's supposed to be like a dupe for the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer or the Tatcha Primer. Who else? Tarte has a balm type primer. This one feels slightly more moisturizing or oily than any of the other putty primers that I have. It feels more like a balm than it does like a putty primer, if that makes sense. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna put a layer of this on my eyelids, but I do have another eyelid primer. So how are you guys doing with, like, I don't know, a lot of people did it like a no-buy 2021. I'm just curious to see how successful you were being with that. I feel like I need to downsize. I feel like I need to just purge and get organized, and I'm slowly getting there, but it's taken me a long time. I should do declutter videos, huh? I have a lot of things I could declutter. I could like do a total declutter video, like, yeah, I could film a lot. Okay, we're gonna go on to eyelid primer. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild. What do they call this? This is an eyeshadow primer, and it is called Photo Focus. And I've been using this quite a bit. I haven't had any issues with it. It's not an opaque primer, so it's not gonna like cover up any of, you know, the pores or veins, not pores, but veins, but I do feel like it gives a good base. It's not like sticky or anything like that. It just feels soft, smooth. We need smooth eyelids, right? It's like the thing we need these days. Okay, I didn't bring in a sponge, so I guess we're gonna try this with foundation brush. So I've got a IT Cosmetics foundation brush. We're gonna try this. I've heard so much good things about it. This is the True Skin Hydrating Foundation, Hyaluronic Acid Long Wear. It's by Catrice, and I got it in shade Neutral Sand. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I ordered this online, so I have no idea how it's going to work, nor do I know how much I should use. I feel like that was a lot. I'm going to put some of it on the back of my hands. Maybe not because of the brush. Maybe, that's pretty light. I might have had a gross judgment error on the shade that I needed. Wow. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, I hope it's not like super full coverage. This is a hydrating foundation, right? Oh my. This was a horrible choice in color. Maybe dead of winter, which is frankly probably when I need the hydrating stuff anyway. A little Casper thing going on here, don't I? All right. Have you guys ever tried this foundation? Do you guys like Catrice products? I'd never heard anything about them. I think I'm trying to remember if I even saw that Tati ever did a video on Catrice. It seems like lately, though, people have been talking about the foundation. I thought, why not try some Catrice products? Who knows? Maybe it'll be like a fantastic win, budget-friendly choice. We found good things at the drugstore, right? Okay, let's see here. I gotta tell you, it kind of goes on like a CC cream. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like a CC cream. And my face is completely neutralized and zero color. We've got this face palette here. I picked this up. This is called California in a Box. It's a bronzer and blush palette. Let's just try a few of these colors and see if we can't bring some more warmth to the situation here. I'm just gonna grab a brush. I was gonna start with the lighter bronzer. I almost feel like maybe I need the darker one. We'll just start with the lighter one. So I originally bought this. This is the only of these products. This is the only one that I've actually tried. I bought this because I thought this might actually be a really good full face makeup. Like if you're gonna do a work from home look and you need super simple, easy, I mean, basically it gives you 5 eyeshadows, bronzer, blusher. I mean, like, I felt like I could do a lot with this. And I tried it one time as eyeshadow, and I just felt like I had nothing but creasing, and it faded really fast, and it just didn't, this was not the product that I had hoped it was. I've got this Cocker Spaniel hair thing going on today too. Okay, we're gonna take the darker one, and I don't see shade names on it, so that one's significantly more red. Sun-kissed. Not like sun-kissed grapefruit. Okay, I'm gonna take the lighter shade just down here. Give ourselves some jawline again. Some concealer. This isn't really truly a concealer. This is a Garnier Skin Clearly Brighter, sorry, Anti-Dark Circle Eye Roller. I really like it up and through here. Now, I don't use it as like the eye roller where you're using it back and forth under your eyes, because I think that that would just distribute too much product. Nobody needs that. Let's grab a brush though. Speaking of distributing product, it's weird to put something brightening on underneath when I was just bitching about that foundation being too bright. Kind of pressing that into my skin a little bit, which I guess if you're going for a sun-kissed look, maybe subtle is the right thing. I just feel like I can see a lot of age spots and freckles and things like that, so that foundation didn't really give me a ton of coverage. We're gonna move on and grab a blush here. We're just gonna take both of these blushes. I don't know which one I want. Wow, there is a boatload of kick up. So I would say don't jam your brush in there like I just did. Okay. I'm gonna take up some of that kick up. Little peach action there. So I think I like the blush. You know what? It's not bad. Should we try the highlighter? They gave you a substantial amount of highlighter. Morphe R36 brush I'll use as a highlighter. And this highlighter is very, very gold. And I now see every line. And normally I try to keep it around to the crow's feet up here, but I see all kinds of texture now. Disappointing. This is not the right highlighter, I think, for me. So I'm just going to keep putting it on my face. I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of go over the top of that highlighter. I think it almost gave me a little bit of gray cast. So if you guys are new to my channel, I am not a makeup artist, not a professional YouTuber either. Sometimes we make mistakes, but at the end of the day, it's just makeup that washes off. So we play, we sit back, we chit chat, we pretend we're girlfriends in real life. Let's get some eyeshadow on. This is the Basic Bay eyeshadow palette. Catrice does have several different eyeshadow palettes. This is the Basic Bay, which the mirror doesn't fall all the way back, so sorry. I'll try not to blind you guys with that. We've got 12 different eyeshadows, and they're largely neutral. And when I saw this, I think I thought maybe this is the one that had a little bit of green in it. It's not. This is your typical average brown eyeshadow palette. Oh, you guys. Okay, we're gonna start with hashtag Squad, which is kind of this peachy color right here. It doesn't have a ton of kick up. We've got a Morphe M573 right now, so it's a little maybe bigger than I need, but I kind of wanted to just see if we can get a wash of color on this. Okay, that's a very, very subtle shade. For fun, let's try to build it up a little bit. I feel like I pretty much got what I expected with that shade. Like it is what it appears in the pan. It's just very, very subtle. Let's try MOTD, hashtag MOTD, which is this kind of warmer brown. Still got the same brush. Seems to be picking up quite a bit, but I've got the same brush. And kind of just darken up the outside a little bit. Maybe give us a little shape up here. Drag it down a tiny bit, because sometimes we like to do that. I'm going to bring this in a little bit here too. Not really doing like a full halo eye, but I want to do a little bit more depth, I think. Kind of like a daytime smoky eye. I don't know where I'm going. I rarely do. in case you guys are new to my channel, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, because that makes all of us. Nobody really knows what I'm doing. That's the point though. We're just being creative. We're playing. I'm going to take hashtag MCM. What is that? Man Crush Monday? Maybe? Take a little bit of that right up here. It's kind of like building that depth. And since I don't have a true eyeliner that's part of this, budget drugstore friendly, I didn't grab one basically. But you know, honestly, most days I'm not going to wear an eyeliner. Okay, that color I feel like got a little patchy, but build up and took care of itself. So I should be filing right now. I got a bunch of filing to do and I'm not doing it. Okay, I do need a shimmer because that's just how we roll. And this palette gives me like 4, but one of them, which is hashtag MUA, which I'm not, we're gonna grab that one on a finger because that's how I normally apply shimmer eyeshadows. And I gotta tell you, it's very creamy. So I think there was there's at least one other palette on Ulta, which is where I bought this stuff. And it was maybe the Instant Bay palette. No, this is Insta Bay. No, this is Basic Bay. Basic Bay, Insta Bay. They're all kind of the same thing. You know, I'm not disappointed. I think the review, the one review that I read, wasn't particularly flattering on the Instabay palette. For a simple neutral look, I'm gonna leave well enough alone right now. I'm completely fine with that. I have a Colourpop lip liner, but I was gonna look to see if I have another drugstore version conveniently located. Okay, I do have a BH Cosmetics lip liner. Let's use that. That's pretty drugstore. I should have double checked to see what lip color I got. We're gonna pretend that I got like the same colors I normally try to do in these kind of nudie lip liners. Kind of work with all of it, right? Lip liners on. What did I get here? This is it says Powerful 5, made in Luxembourg. Lychee Glaze number 30. So it says Hyaluron, Vitamin E, Shea Butter, Green Tea, Goji Berry. It's a liquid lip balm. I probably should have put that lip liner all over my lips, but we're not going backwards now. Okay. Yay! 100% okay with that. Zero issues. I need some mascara. Probably not considered drugstore. I have the IT Superhero Mascara. I'm gonna put that on. Sorry, I didn't grab a drugstore mascara when I came in here. I really like this. I was talking to Christy Loves Makeup. I was talking to Christy recently, and we were talking about kind of like our favorite mascaras. I think this is one she hadn't tried, but it's one of my favorites. I really like the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I like the Pat McGrath Dark Star. Thrive Cosmetics is my #1 all-time favorite. And then of course this IT Superhero is not too shabby. Oh, Colourpop's BFF mascara. I don't mind that at all. I always get it in brown when I can find it. Like I literally just bought 2 more of them because I think that Ulta had it. This bad boy, if you guys saw my face full of Wet n Wild makeup, this is supposed to be a bronzer. Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Reserve Your Cabana. This, my friends, that's not a bronzer by anybody's standards. I can't think of how pale you would have to be to call that a bronzer. But I think it doesn't make too bad of a setting powder. Maybe they just mislabeled this. You don't come to this channel because I'm a professional. Come to this because I'm probably just like you and not everything is perfect all the time. All right, so I feel like the eyeshadows blended, but maybe even too well, because now they all seem to be just kind of like almost the same shade. A little bit different. We're just gonna build it up here. A little bit more of MUA on the movable eyelid. I'm gonna grab MCM again here on the outer. Be real curious to see how long this stuff stays on the eyelids. I'm not gonna do a wear test right now because I actually have some other stuff I need to do. And I thought it would be kind of fun just to play with some drugstore stuff. All right, here's my thoughts. This is such a simple, basic look. That was very accurate. Oh, you know what? We're gonna set it down with some flower setting spray. This is Seal the Deal. I'm not ready to commit, but I don't think it'll hurt either. What do I like? Foundation doesn't have me sold. I think a lot of people were very supportive of this foundation, and maybe it's because it was clearly the wrong shade, and maybe it's, even though I normally have kind of dry skin and I don't really get super oily, I do have texture. I mean, I'm a lady of a certain age. I've got wrinkles, I've got texture, I have life. It's written all over my face most of the time. You guys can see every little thought that's in my head. Anyway, I'm very transparent that way. Okay, you guys, so this foundation, not my favorite. I need to try this again. I think I might, maybe I need to mix it with something a little darker and get something a little bit more closer to my skin tone that would work for me. That being said, it didn't give me the coverage that I was expecting. It does say hydrating foundation and it says long wear, but I kind of was expecting, I think I've got more coverage from CC creams than I have from this. It's not really a foundation serum either. I don't know. It's fine. It's not spectacular, but it's fine. This palette, I ended up getting it to work. Like, my complexion feels fine. It's very soft and subtle, and I'll be curious to see if it lasts longer on the face than it did on the eyeballs, because I feel like I didn't get any length on that at all. This lip combination. Yes, I used a BH lip liner. Super bad props for that. This I actually really like. This would actually go in my purse. I would use this. I would keep this handy for, hey, you're taking your mask off. And then I would have that ready. The Basic by Eyeshadow, it's basic. It's, you know, if you are doing neutrals, I almost feel like they could have just done 4 shades and still called it the same thing, and I would have still gotten the same look. But then again, I mean, I didn't use a ton of shades. That being said, I think you can do maybe down one of these rows. That would give you 4 different looks. Or columns, I guess. You could do the columns, it would give you 4 different looks. I don't really see down a row is giving you a separate look, but I think from the quads, some of the quads. So I've got 4, 5, 6, you could probably get a week's worth of different eyeshadow combinations, but I think they'd all look about the same, honestly. And so if you need a basic go-to everyday eyeshadow palette, this is perfectly fine. This is much better as a face powder than it is a bronzer. I don't know what I was thinking there either. That's about it, you guys. That's it for my budget-friendly, very basic, get ready with me. And the makeup looks fine. Like, I'm confident it looks okay. I don't feel like I got crazy, but it's, I mean, this is like a work-from-home makeup look, right? Zoom calls. The highlighter was the only thing that was an absolute pass for me. Now, that being said, I'm going to take a little bit of that highlighter right on the inner corner of my eye, right here. Now, I could have just grabbed one of the plethora of shimmers from the palette. Absolutely could have done that. But this shimmer is not one that I think goes on my face because I immediately got so much texture with it. But as an inner corner highlight, it's perfectly fine. That's it. Have you guys ever tried any of the Catrice stuff before? Do you guys like this face full of literal first impressions of brands that I really don't know anything about? Never been interested in it, never thought I would venture into it, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. The absolute surprise winner for me was this lip gloss balm, liquid lip balm. This I like. This is going to get a lot of use this summer. I'm going to pan that and you just watch. Okay, you guys, until my next video. Bye for now.